These are 12 country songs from 1970 that helped define the sound of the era, and one that changed country history forever. Midway through our list, Billy Ray Cyrus would ride a line dance craze that swept the nation.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaking heart, I just don't.
And near the top, Dolly Parton would write a farewell song so powerful it crossed genres and generations. Number 12. Is Anybody Going to San Antone by Charlie Pride.
Under a table in a roadside park, a man could.
At number 12, we begin with a road song that captured the restless spirit of country music in 1970. Released in late 1969 and climbing the charts into 1970 on RCA Records, Charlie Pride's Is Anybody Going to San Antone became one of his early #1 hits on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart.
I've ever known her.
At a time when Pride was breaking barriers in Nashville, the song's easygoing melody and smooth delivery helped win over audiences nationwide. The recording itself was deceptively simple. Just a lonely traveler wondering if anyone might share the ride to a warmer place. But that quiet question carried something deeper: the universal search for belonging. Picture a late-night highway, the glow of a truck dashboard, and the soft hum of AM radio cutting through the darkness.
Would I still be just as gone? Is it?
For Pride, this song solidified his place among country's biggest stars, helping pave the road for one of the most successful careers the genre had ever seen. And from a wandering highway ballad, we move to a song that painted love in its purest form. Number 11, For the Good Times by Ray Price.
One more time.
At number 11 sits one of the smoothest heartbreak songs ever recorded. For the Good Times, written by Kris Kristofferson and released by Ray Price on Columbia Records in 1970, became a #1 hit and helped usher in the lush Nashville sound. The sweeping strings and gentle arrangement made the song feel almost cinematic.
Warm and tender body.
But behind its elegance was a brutally honest message. Sometimes love ends quietly. Ray Price was already a legend by this point, yet this song gave him one of the biggest hits of his career. Producer Don Law insisted on the orchestral arrangement, a decision that some traditionalists questioned at the time. Still, when listeners heard Price's warm voice gently delivering the line, "Don't look so sad," the debate melted away.
If you should find you ever need me.
Couples slow danced to this song in smoky dance halls, while others listened alone on late-night radio, remembering someone they once loved. Its emotional sincerity made it timeless, and it proved country music could break hearts with incredible grace. But the next song took heartbreak to an entirely different place. Number 10, Sunday Morning, Coming Down by Johnny Cash.
On a Sunday morning sidewalk.
Number 10 belongs to a song that perfectly captured the quiet pain of loneliness. Johnny Cash released Sunday Morning Coming Down in 1970 on Columbia Records, and it quickly climbed to #1 on the country charts. Written by Kris Kristofferson, the song painted a vivid portrait of a man facing regret after a long night of drinking.
Of a sleeping city sidewalk.
What made it stand out was its brutal honesty. Cash originally heard Kristofferson perform the song backstage and immediately knew it was special. Yet one line, referencing wishing, "Lord, that I was stoned," nearly kept it off country radio. Cash refused to change the lyric. The gamble paid off. Listeners across America connected deeply with the raw vulnerability in Cash's voice. You could almost see the
Buddy, feel alone.
empty streets, the ringing church bells, and the slow realization that another lonely week had begun. The song won the CMA Song of the Year award and remains one of the most powerful portraits of regret in country music history. But the next entry brings a completely different energy. Number 9, The Pool Shark by Dave Dudley. At number 9, we find a gritty storytelling song from the king of truck driving country. Dave Dudley released The Pool Shark on Mercury Records in 1970, delivering a tale that unfolded like a late-night barroom movie. The song told the story of a mysterious hustler who seemed unbeatable at the pool table. Until the final twist revealed the truth behind his skill. Dudley had built his reputation on songs about truckers and working-class life, and this track fit perfectly into that world. The storytelling style was almost cinematic. You could picture a dimly lit bar, chalk dust floating in the air, and the quiet tension of gamblers watching each shot. Fans loved the suspense, and the song became a memorable hit on the country charts. More importantly, it showed how country music could spin a compelling story in just a few minutes. And speaking of unforgettable storytelling, the next song was about to strike a very different chord with listeners. Number 8, Heavenly Sunshine by Ferlin Husky.
Heavenly sunshine, you feel my...
Number 8 shines with the bright optimism of a country favorite. Ferlin Husky released Heavenly Sunshine in 1970 on Capitol Records, delivering a cheerful song that climbed into the top 10 on the country charts. Known for his warm voice and friendly personality, Husky had already enjoyed a long string of hits.
Colors in a rainbow are a lovely sight.
This song felt like a breath of fresh air. While many country songs of the era leaned toward heartbreak, Heavenly Sunshine celebrated love's uplifting power. Its upbeat tempo and joyful lyrics made it a popular choice on jukeboxes across the South. The recording session reportedly captured that same sense of fun, with musicians describing the atmosphere as relaxed and full of laughter. Listeners embraced the positivity.
Love divine, heavenly sunshine.
On summer evenings, the song drifted through open windows and small-town diners, reminding people that country music could brighten the day as easily as it could tug at the heart. But the next song would return us to something more reflective. Number 7, Hello Darlin' by Conway Twitty.
That's Conway Twitty. Hello, Conway.
Hello, darling.
At number 7 comes one of the most iconic openings in country music history. Hello Darlin', released by Conway Twitty in 1970 on Decca Records, shot straight to number 1 on the country charts. The song begins with that now legendary spoken greeting, a simple phrase that instantly became Twitty's trademark.
Means so much to me.
The story behind it is almost accidental. During recording, Twitty tried several ways to start the song before casually speaking the words, "Hello, darlin'." Producer Owen Bradley loved it and insisted they keep it. That small moment became country music magic. The song's theme of lost love resonated deeply with fans, and dance halls across America filled with couples swaying to its gentle rhythm. Conway Twitty would go on to score dozens of number 1 hits, but this song remains one of the most recognizable moments of his entire career. And speaking of powerful storytelling, the next entry carried a message that resonated with everyday working people. Number 6, Working Man Blues by Merle Haggard.
Called the Working Man Blues.
Landing at number 6 is a song that became an anthem for America's working class. Merle Haggard released Working Man Blues on Capitol Records in 1969. And it continued dominating the charts into 1970, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Country chart. The inspiration came from Haggard's own life.
Catch me a train to another town, but I go back working.
Before becoming a country superstar, he had worked tough jobs, hauling hay, digging ditches, and doing whatever it took to make a living. That authenticity poured straight into the song. The upbeat rhythm contrasted with the reality it described. A man working long hours just to keep his family afloat. Factory workers, truck drivers, and farmers immediately connected with it.
Then all well there, one place he won't be, he'd be working.
Across the country, radios crackled with Haggard's voice as men headed to early morning shifts or drove home after a long day. It wasn't just a hit. It was a reflection of millions of lives. If these classics are bringing back memories, hit that like button and subscribe. We share new country countdowns every week, celebrating the songs and stories that built the golden age of country music. Now let's keep the countdown rolling. Number 5, Rose Garden by Lynn Anderson.
Just you a rose garden, along with the sunshine.
At number 5 blooms one of the most recognizable country hits of the decade. Rose Garden, released by Lynn Anderson in 1970 on Columbia Records, exploded into a massive crossover success. The song topped the country charts and even reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100.
But what would it matter? So smile.
Written by Joe South, the song carried a message about life's reality. Every love story comes with a few thorns. Anderson's confident vocal performance made the message unforgettable. There was also controversy. Some producers initially hesitated to record the song because they believed the lyrics were too bold for a female country singer. Anderson disagreed. When the record hit radio, listeners immediately embraced its honest message.
Be someone there to pull you out. And
Soon, the song was everywhere, from car radios to dance halls. It earned Lynn Anderson a Grammy Award and became one of the most famous country songs of the early 1970s. But the next entry tells a story that runs even deeper into American roots. Number 4, The Fightin' Side of Me by Merle Haggard.
Walking on the fighting side of me.
At number 4 stands one of the most talked about songs in Merle Haggard's career. Released in 1970 on Capitol Records, The Fightin' Side of Me shot to number 1 on the country charts almost immediately.
I'd claim that he just don't believe in fighting.
The song reflected the tension of the era. During a time of protests and national division, Haggard wrote a song defending traditional American values, a message that resonated strongly with many listeners, but it also sparked debate. Some critics felt the song was too confrontational, while others saw it as a voice for everyday Americans who felt overlooked. Regardless of opinion, the song struck a powerful chord.
That I'm singing, be a warning. When you're running,
Crowds at Haggard's concerts roared along with every word. It became one of the defining political songs of its time. Proof that country music could speak directly to the cultural mood of the nation. But the next song returns to something far more personal. Number 3, My Woman, My Woman, My Wife by Marty Robbins.
my woman, my wife.
At number 3 is a love song filled with deep gratitude. My Woman, My Woman, My Wife, released by Marty Robbins in 1970 on Columbia Records, reached number 1 on the country charts and earned Robbins a Grammy Award. Unlike many love songs that focus on romance, this one celebrated loyalty and sacrifice. Robbins wrote it as a tribute to the kind of woman who quietly holds a family together through life's hard.
They say the dress.
Moments. The recording session captured that emotion perfectly. Robin sang the lyrics with heartfelt sincerity, and the result felt less like a performance and more like a personal confession. Across America, husbands and wives heard their own stories in the song.
Up yonder, 'cause she's been.
You could imagine couples sitting on the porch at sunset, listening to the radio and squeezing each other's hands just a little tighter. Its message of devotion made it unforgettable. But now we arrive at a song that changed the direction of country music forever. Number 2, Coal Miner's Daughter by Loretta Lynn.
He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar.
At number 2 sits the song that introduced the world to Loretta Lynn's remarkable life story. Released in 1970 on Decca Records, Coal Miner's Daughter quickly climbed to number 1 on the country charts. Written by Lynn herself, the song told the story of growing up poor in the hills of Kentucky.
Our clothes on a washboard every day.
The lyrics were simple, but deeply powerful. Instead of glamorous stories, Lynn sang about her father working in the coal mines, her family's struggles, and the pride that came from surviving it all. Some executives worried the story was too personal. They were wrong. Listeners across the country connected instantly with its authenticity. The song would later inspire an Academy Award-winning film and become Loretta Lynn's signature piece. But even with its massive impact, there was one song in 1970 that carried an even darker and more unforgettable story. Number 1, The Long Black Veil by Johnny Cash.
In a long black veil, she visits my grave.
And finally, at number 1, we arrive at a haunting country classic that refuses to be forgotten. Johnny Cash's live performance of The Long Black Veil, recorded during his legendary prison concerts and widely popular throughout 1970, told one of
Was high, eternity near.
country music's most chilling stories. The song follows a man wrongly accused of murder who refuses to reveal his alibi because he was secretly with another man's wife. Rather than expose her, he accepts his fate. Cash's deep, solemn voice made the story feel almost ghostly. When he performed it live, audiences sat in stunned silence as the tragic tale unfolded.
When the night winds wave.
The song became one of the most powerful storytelling pieces in country history. Proof that country music could deliver drama, mystery, and heartbreak all in one unforgettable performance. If you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it, 12 unforgettable country songs from 1970. It was a year when country music spoke directly to everyday life, from Merle Haggard's working man pride to Conway Twitty's heartbreak and Loretta Lynn's powerful story of growing up in coal country. These songs weren't just hits, they were reflections of the people who listened to them. Thank you for spending a few minutes revisiting these timeless classics, and don't miss our next video, 10 iconic guitar riffs that changed country history, where a new wave of legendary hits begins to reshape the sound of country music. Until then, keep the music close.